Well, I think first and foremost, credit to Boise State. I thought they played terrific. Max Rice just continues to hurt us. Omar Stanley was a phenomenal addition in the portal for them. They just played with such a great motor on the glass. We were not able to turn them over, which has really, really helped us. 11 turnovers, but didn't get the steals that we've been getting. They had Dagenhart bring the ball up. And then obviously we didn't hit shots at the end, so give them credit. They made some more plays than we did. And so we'll learn from it. We got a little break, got 6 days off till Wyoming, so we got to rebound and learn from this.
You already mentioned the inability to turn them over, which you guys have just done so masterfully for 5 games and points off turnovers. Dagenhart bringing the ball up, I know it creates mismatches, but did you think about maybe putting a guard on him when he brought the ball up?
I think it's really hard to do, especially with our size.
Your zone bother you? No?
Yeah, definitely. And I thought House had 2 good looks. I thought Mustafa had a good look. And then we ended up going high ball screen. Donovan was able to get to the rim, but I don't know what the score was at the time, but there was a couple possessions there where we didn't score. So it was certainly a good change by them.
You talked about the end of the game. It was a 6-point game with about 3.5 minutes to go. What was going on with you guys offensively? Were guys just trying to force threes?
No, I mean, I thought Jalen missed 2 open looks that he's been making. And Mustafa, although he just subbed in the game, missed an wide open 3. So then we just said, all right, let's go high ball screen and get Donovan to the rim. So I think that was 3 possessions where we didn't score, and that obviously hurt us.
Just talk about you guys' defensive intensity. I mean, it just seemed like Rice was just throwing up some shots. I mean, obviously he made some really good tough shots, but also the ball was just kind of falling. Just kind of talk about your defensive performance.
Yeah, I mean, it obviously was not as good as it's been. In that 5-game winning streak, obviously we were phenomenal, and we took a step back. They did a good job of slowing the game down. They did a good job of not letting us speed them up. So give them credit for that. And we were right there. We were right there, even with not playing great. But they're a tough team. They're a disciplined team, and that type of style can translate on the road.
Do you think they really hit, like you guys would gain momentum and then they just come down and just kind of deflate you with some shots?
I thought Max Rice certainly deflated us with some shots. Abo deflated us as well in the corner, and Omar Stanley's ability to rebound the ball certainly did that as well.
When you're in a game like this where you aren't able to get as many turnovers as you guys do, which is kind of rare, what's able to change at half court, do you think?
Well, I think that's the next step for us is defensively is more discipline when we can't turn you over. That's part of defense, You're not always going to be able to do that, and we were struggling to do that. So as I said before, I mean, they made some plays at the end and we did not. Sometimes it comes down to shot making, and they made some shots we did not.
You guys were out-rebounded 41-36. You think that played a factor tonight? Was that an effort on their part, or was it just positioning? What was it?
I think it's a little bit of everything. I mean, they're a good rebounding team. They're big and strong. Stanley, as I said before, is a great addition. Abo's got length that we don't really have, so he got 7 rebounds. Dagenhart has always been a good rebounder, so we knew they'd be physical, and they were +8 on the glass. That hurt us.
Your 3 guards, I know they're usually going to put up more shots than the front court, but 48 shots from 3 guards, and your JT Top and Nelly only shoots 9 combined. Your bench doesn't put up a lot of shots. Anything you could have done to get more field goal attempts and more touches for your front court?
Yeah, I mean, I think we always got to continue to look to JT. I mean, because of the percentage that he's shooting, whether it's out of our flow and pushing the pace and doing those things. I think if Jalen doesn't have an off night, it was a rare night for him. You're probably scoring 85 or whatever. So I look at it more as I thought the defense and the rebounders would let us down.
We talked about Jalen. He gets when he gets super hot, he's a dynamic player. But when he struggles like that, how do you manage him? Do you try to talk to him?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, you just tell him to stay confident. He was in a little bit of foul trouble. I think he certainly it affected him. But he has the ability to just switch it, and all of a sudden he can put up 15 points like it's nothing. So hopefully he flushes this and moves on and understands he's still a great player.
I I kind of get the sense that the fans are waiting for him to explode too. You get that same feeling on the bench just watching him play?
You know, when he shoots, I think it's going to go in. I'm surprised when he has a night like this because he's such a dynamic, terrific player, and he's been playing great. So one of these, when a game like this happens, it hasn't happened a lot this year.
You guys are at the halfway point now, 9 games into the 18-game schedule. Where are you at? Is this where you didn't want to lose one at home? I know you don't want to lose tonight, but kind of macro a little bit. Where are you guys at the midway point league play?
Yeah, I think pretty good. I don't know what place we're in now. Third, so third place in a pretty good league. I think that's pretty good. Always disappointing to lose at home, but again, give Boise State credit. You always hate having the 13,000 plus leave this building disappointed. We greatly appreciate them, but yeah, I think we're in a good spot. I don't feel great right now by any means, but to be top 20 whatever in the net and top 20 in Ken Palm after 22 games, right? I think it's pretty good. So don't feel good right now, and back to work and see if we can put together a good game plan for Wyoming, who's playing well.
Hey, get a little.
Excuse me, any comments on Donovan Dick?
Yeah, I thought he was awesome. Really, really good, and that was a phenomenal performance that obviously doesn't feel great because we lost, but terrific performance.
Get a little time off before Wyoming. Much needed rest, time to regroup and watch some film. How's this break going to be?
Yeah, it always sucks when you lose, before a bye week, but just take tomorrow off and get back to work. That's really it. I mean, and I think that late game, that late emotional game versus Nevada, and then that quick turnaround, it was a little bit challenging, I thought. So a little rest will be good for everybody.
When you guys do go into this break, is there something specific that you saw tonight that Boise was able to kind of affect your defense than you did any other the last 5 games?
No, I mean, besides not turning teams over, right? I mean, we've been great at that. And when, Jalen House only gets 1 steal and he plays 27 minutes, that affects our defense. So just being a little bit more fundamentally sound if teams are going to slow us down. Sometimes that happens. They were set on doing that. So, and they made some big plays, and we did not.
Did you guys feel like they controlled the pace or the tempo through any big chunks of the game?
Yeah, the whole game.
We've talked a lot about enduring the 1-game losing streak and how there's 13,000 people walking out of this building, probably thinking the roof's caving in, but just managing the highs and lows. Is this just an example of brush it off and that?
Well, I wouldn't say brush it off in the sense of, you want to learn from every single game, good, bad, or whatever. Now, in today's world, because of social media, you can be hyped up so much, and then it all goes away, and so that's always been kind of my mentality, is to stay as level-headed as possible. As I said before, you hate to disappoint our amazing fans, but, we've still got a lot of basketball to play. And after 22 games, 18-4, 6-3, a lot of quality wins, a lot of good metrics. We certainly have put ourselves in a pretty good position. So now let's learn from this, get better, get back to work.